Hi everyone, I'm Deanne from Newfoundland, Canada. This is my Flosstube channel, Stitching on the Rock, and we are at episode 37. Welcome everyone. If you're new, and I know I've had a few new subscribers in the last couple of weeks, thanks so much for joining me. If you've joined from Forest City Stitching, where she shouted me out for a piece of fabric she won on my channel, great to see you. And if you haven't checked out her channel, I'll link her below. She's a fellow Canadian Flosstuber, so I'm always happy to support those. And an apology, it's been 3 weeks. I knew over the summer my stitching and my Flosstube schedules were going to be out of whack. We had a week of beautiful weather, but the humidity. And I know there are plenty of people out there that's saying humidity at 28 is a nice spring day we're there, but when you're not used to it and you don't have air conditioning in your houses and you don't have pools in your backyard, it feels like you're melting. It has cooled down a bit. Still nice, although today is kind of overcast. We still had some really nice weather. Also, my nephew and his wife and little girl are visiting from Fort McMurray, and I've been spending some time with them. So stitching hasn't happened a whole lot, and obviously Flosstube hasn't happened. But I'll show you what I've been doing. I have one almost fully finished. Also I apologize if you can hear someone is mowing their lawn, but I can't do anything about that. I have one almost fully finished, one almost finished, few little bits on works in progress, and a stitching save. I can't remember what Kathleen was calling him on Situation Normal when she would go to a thrift store and find a stitching piece that she brought home. But I did find one. No haul. I have plans to buy haul, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. It's not on a priority until I get the piece that's almost finished. So we'll start with my semi-fully finished. It's with Glowing Hearts by Darlene Dion Designs, and I'll link her Etsy shop below. And here we are. I think you saw it as a work in progress on the last one. So I finished it on mounting board, and I found this red. It's not quite the same red as the flag, but I liked it with the gold kind of accents. I pulled out a mounting piece from my stash that I thinking about putting it on, but I didn't really go through everything I had, so right now it's not attached to anything. But yeah, it was good to get that one done. I did that as part of what I told you I was doing for the summer stitching challenge, and that went out the window. I should have known that committing to something like that was not going to happen. I did, I think, stitch on it for 4 days, and then I concentrated on a piece, and it told me why I'm not a monogamous stitcher and why I don't do well with deadlines. But I'll get to that piece. But I will show you, I got my list up in the corner I keep glancing up, so I will show you what else I stitched because of the summer stitches challenge. So that I worked on with Glowing Hearts for the first day, which was to stitch on something with lettering. And I also stitched on it for the third day, which was to stitch something with houses or buildings, and that's how I got it finished. So the second day was to stitch on something with water, and I picked up Beachcomber's Bounty by, oh shoot, I'll put a picture up and add who the artist is, but it's a Heaven and Earth design. It's a mini, and it's a Heaven and Earth design, and you can tell that I'm not organized or ready for this at all, but here we are. This is where it is. And I put in, what did I put in? Bring my calendar around. 280 stitches. So I'm at 2.63%, which is not a whole lot, but there you go. That's the water. then on the fourth day, I did a new start, which was it was to stitch on something with an insect or a jar, and I didn't have anything started that had insects or jars. So I stitched on a freebie by Paper and Pumpkin Quilts, and I'll link them below. And I started on the sheep jar, and I got a whole like 4 lines done, 3.5 lines done. So that's the top of the jar, which is not a whole lot. And I just picked up a piece of gray, I think it's 32 count, that I just had in my stash. And that was all I got done for those days. But I'm going to follow it along even if it's not in the summer and try and stitch on a few things. Then on the 1st, I joined the Full Coverage Fanatics Tour de France. And I got 2 days worth of stitching done on it. And I have to catch up. But I got, I'm doing it on Mini Sunflower by Miriam Broom for Heaven and Earth Designs, and I got 391 stitches done so far, which is not a lot. So that's where I am with this one, and right now I'm at 28.11% done on it. And yeah, so I really have to, hopefully tomorrow I will start catching up on my days on the Tour de France. And the reason why I haven't stitched on much or gotten a whole lot done, besides the fact that it's been really hot and my family has been here, is because I'm stitching something for my great niece who is here visiting. I have a week left and I'll have it finished hopefully tomorrow. Her birthday is the 27th of December. They live in Alberta. We don't get to see them when her birthday rolls around. So I said, when she's here, I'm going to do something, make something, and give it to her, and so she can have a gift open while she's here. And I told you about I left the book. Oh no, the book is in my bag. Just 1 second. And I found this book at one of our local thrift stores. It was Disney Princess Cross Stitch, and my great niece is a girly girl. She loves hair and pigtails, and she'd rather wear a dress than a pair of pants. And they've been to Disney several times, and she just loves anything princessy, makeup and nails and all that kind of stuff. So I asked her mom which princesses she would like, and so she gave me 2 that are her favorite. So I picked Ariel, and then I went to Michael's, and they had some printed Ada in the tubes. Charles Craft stuff, so I didn't have anything in my stash, so I decided to pick up that, and here we are. Here is Ariel. So, and all I have left to do are the fins on her tail. I have half of one of the fins done, so I have the other half of that to do, and the other one, and it will be done. And I was trying to figure out how to, because I can't frame it like in a frame, because I don't want them to have to take something back, glass, you know, on the plane and that. So I went to Michael's last night and found one of the hoops, that 14-inch hoop, so I'm going to put that in it. And I found a piece of fabric, which of course is in the bag. It's the fish scales they had. So I'll just cover the back of the frame with the fish scales and be done with that. And so hopefully I'll have it done tomorrow. They leave on the 16th, so I should have plenty of time to finish it. Yeah, and that is what I've been stitching on, which is not a whole lot. I know, but I will hopefully once this is done, either tonight or tomorrow, I'll be able to get back into my regular swing of multiple stitching. I really miss my multiple projects. Stitching on one thing is hard. I don't know if you can hear the cat in the background. She's somehow hooking into the carpet and she's making hooking sounds. So that's it as far as stitching and what I've been doing. But last week I got to a local thrift store. Excuse me for a second. Not the one I normally go to. The one I normally go to has regular hours. This is a little one. And it's only open from lunchtime until 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So one day I was free at lunchtime and got there, just after they opened. And this was on the wall, and I couldn't turn it down. Let's see if I can get back. Hopefully you guys can see it. It's done on 14 count white Aida, and it's professionally framed, and it's one of 2 cross stitch patterns that's put out by a local company, Nonia. I meant to look it up, what it was, but they sell handcrafts like knitting, sweaters, mitts, and things like that. But they produce, this is the second one, unfortunately, and I actually ran into a friend when I was there, and she said, oh, they had 2 of them here, and somebody buzzed about the first one, because the words are the first verse of a folk song called I's the By, which means I am the boy. So it's I's the by that builds the boat, and I's the by that sails her. I's the by that catches the fish and brings them home to Liza. This is the first one. And this is I's the by that catches the fish and brings them home, and takes them home to Liza. So obviously there's a matching one. I have it hung up. I don't have the space for the 2 side by side, so I'm quite happy just to have the one. But it was $9 or $8. $9? $8 or $9, which I thought was amazing for a professionally framed cross stitch, and it's lovely. It's done perfectly. Like there's not a stitch out of place or anything. The frame is a little scratched up around the edges and that, but that doesn't bother me. So that's it. That's my very short, very sweet floss tube, just to keep you updated. Hopefully in a couple of weeks I'll have more to share, and the weather will be more conducive to me stitching. But enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks.